House Hightower is one of the oldest, richest, and most mysterious families in Westeros. Lords of Oldtown, keepers of the Great Lighthouse, and guardians of the faith of the Seven. In House of the Dragon, they stood at the very heart of power. Otto Hightower served as Hand of the King, and his daughter, Queen Alicent Hightower, was the mother of King Aegon II Targaryen, whose claim to the Iron Throne ignited a civil war. But by the time of Game of Thrones, nearly 200 years later, they seemed to vanish. So what happened to this once great family? And what are the Hightowers really doing while the Seven Kingdoms fall apart? House Hightower's power begins in Oldtown, the second largest city in Westeros and one of its oldest. Their home, the Hightower, is a massive white stone lighthouse that has stood for thousands of years. Its beacon guides ships safely through the Whispering Sound. They rule not just a city, but a center of trade, learning, and religion. When Aegon the Conqueror arrived with dragons, the Hightowers chose diplomacy over defiance. They bent the knee and prospered because the Hightowers understood that survival is the greatest form of power. By the time of Game of Thrones, the Hightowers are loyal bannermen to House Tyrell. Their influence continues quietly through marriage and blood. Margaery Tyrell's mother, though never named on screen, is a Hightower. Through her, the blood of Oldtown flows straight into the royal court. When Margaery becomes queen to Renly, Joffrey, and Tommen, the Hightowers are once again close to the Iron Throne, not through war, but through wisdom and alliance. Oldtown is home to the Citadel, the University of Westeros, where every Maester is trained. These are the men who advise kings, heal the sick, and preserve history, and all of them serve under the shadow of the Hightower. The family's connection to the Citadel gives them silent influence over every corner of the realm. Some fans even believe the Maesters secretly oppose magic and dragons, a quiet agenda that may have shaped the history of the world. If true, the Hightowers may stand right beside the minds that rewrote Westeros itself. The faith of the Seven, the dominant religion in Westeros, was born in Oldtown. The Hightowers have always been its protectors and patrons. Their city is the spiritual heart of the faith, and their wealth built many of its great septs. When the faith militant rises again in King's Landing, the power of Oldtown is echoed in every prayer. The Hightowers rule not only through knowledge, but through belief. Even far from Oldtown, the Hightowers leave their mark. Before his exile, Jorah Mormont of Bear Island married a woman from House Hightower. She was beautiful and highborn, but her expensive tastes ruined him. To pay her debts, Jorah sold men into slavery, a crime that forced him to flee into exile. One Hightower marriage quietly changed the fate of Daenerys Targaryen's most loyal knight. Once again, their reach extended across the world without a single sword raised. In the books, the head of House Hightower during Game of Thrones is Lord Leighton Hightower. Called the Old Man of Oldtown, he has remained in the tower for years, studying ancient texts with his daughter Melora, known as the Mad Maid. Rumors claim they are experimenting with magic or prophecy, searching for truths long forgotten. His sons command the city's defenses, ready for any attack. And with Euron Greyjoy's fleet sailing toward Oldtown, many believe the Hightowers are preparing for something far greater than politics. So what are the Hightowers doing during Game of Thrones? The answer is simple: they are still ruling, just not where we are looking. They control the faith, the Citadel, and the southern trade routes. Their influence reaches every corner of the realm through religion, learning, and commerce. While other houses rise and fall, the Hightowers remain patient, calculating, and eternal. House Hightower does not need dragons or armies. Their strength lies in knowledge, faith, and time. From the top of the Hightower, they have watched every age of Westeros come and go, and their light has never gone out. In a world built on fire and blood, they endure, because not every house needs to roar to be powerful. Some simply keep the light burning. Thanks for watching. If you love deep dives into Westeros lore, like, share, and subscribe for more stories from the Seven Kingdoms.